Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about the Urey and Miller experiment. Okay. So what they conducted in an experiment, what they want to show that the life it originates from the organic molecules, non-living organic molecules. So they are supporting here the operant and Haldane theory. So what was the conclusion in case of the operant and Haldane theory that we have done in the previous lecture? That the inorganic molecules, when they interact in the reducing atmosphere, then they are responsible for the formation of the organic molecules, and then simple organic molecules they combine and then they form the complex organic molecules, and the complex ones, when they combine, then they form the conservates. Okay, so this experiment it is showing here only the first part, means when the inorganic molecules they will combine, they interact with each other, then they are responsible for the formation of the simple organic molecules. Okay, so Urey and Miller, they created a condition similar to that of the primitive earth, that is high temperature, okay, volcanic storms, reducing atmosphere, and containing methane, ammonia, hydrogen, and water vapors. So let's have a look. So this is an apparatus having a flask, gas flask, and this gas flask it acts as it simulate as the reducing atmosphere which was present on the primitive earth. Okay, now next are the electric sparks. This electric sparks they simulate, means they act as the lightning. Lightning means the lightning which was present at that time during the primitive earth. And the narrow tubes for the condensation of gases. Okay, and the liquid flask which act as a ocean. Clear? And the electric heater which act as a volcano. So these are, means this apparatus is showing the similar conditions that were present at that time, means in the primitive, during the primitive earth. So he circulated in this experiment a mixture of methane, ammonia, hydrogen, and water vapor at 800 degrees Celsius. Okay, what was the temperature? 800 degrees Celsius that was provided. Then he provided energy for interaction of the gases present in the mixture in the form of electric sparks of 75,000 volts from electrodes in the gas flask. Okay, means in this gas flask the reducing atmosphere is present having high temperature of 800 degrees Celsius, and electric sparks that are produced by the electrodes which act as the lightning, and the gases that are present. What are the gases? Inorganic gases, that are water vapor, methane, ammonia, and hydrogen, that are present in the gas flask. Okay, and then these gases that were condensed in a narrow tube, in this narrow tube which act as a rain, means when the condensation of the gases will be there in this condenser, in this narrow tube, then it means it act as the rain which used to occur on the primitive earth. So these molecules, by after the interaction, then they will come in this tube by the condensation process, and from there they will enter in the liquid flask which act as the ocean. Okay, in the operant and Haldane theory you studied that when the inorganic molecules that were formed, then these inorganic molecules by the rain they will come to the ocean. So the similar process this is showing here, that the inorganic molecules they will interact here and form the simple organic molecules in the liquid flask. Means some of the inorganic molecules they interact in the in the gas flask, and some of the inorganic molecules they interact in the liquid flask. Okay, now what happened, that this experiment, he continued this experiment for around 18 days. Okay, for around 18 days, and a mixture of what he found, that a mixture of small organic molecules was formed in the gas flask, and he found that the amino acids that were formed, he found amino acids. So in the similar type of experiments, means the other scientists they also perform the similar type of experiments, and they observe the formation of sugars, nitrogenous bases, pigment and fats. So let's have a look again, that this structure, this apparatus, it is showing the similar conditions that were present on the primitive earth. And this gas flask, it is acting as the reducing atmosphere. Reducing atmosphere means no oxygen that is present, and the temperature is around 800 degrees Celsius, and the electric sparks that are produced by the electrodes, okay, of 75,000 volts, which act as lightning. And these gases that are present here, hydrogen, ammonia, methane and water, and some of these gases they will interact here only, and some of the gases they interact in the liquid flask. And how they will come to the liquid flask? By the from this narrow tube, and this narrow tube, it is acting as the rain, it is acting as a rain, means here the condensation will occur. In this apparatus they are showing that these gases they will condense, and they will, in the form of water vapor, they will come and they will collected in the liquid flask, okay, and which is acting as a ocean. So this condensing narrow tube, it is acting as a rain here, rain which act as, which is similar to the rain that was present on the primitive earth. Okay, so after 18 days, Urey and Miller found that the amino acids that were formed, the amino acids that were formed, and what are amino acids? Amino acids, that are the simple organic molecules. It means that from the inorganic molecules, the simple organic molecule, that is amino acid, is formed. Okay, so similar type of experiments that were conducted by the other scientists, and what they found, that the other organic molecules like sugar, nitrogenous bases, pigments and fats that were formed. So from this experiment they shown that life originate from the pre-existing non-living organic molecules, showing the abiogenesis.